What's up, Summoners? I'm happy to see you guys again. My name is Nathaning, and I'll be your host for the patch 11.7 preview. This short video will provide a quick rundown of what changes we can expect. We'll make sure to post the details as soon as we can, but at least for now, we know what Riot is going to be looking at next patch. Make sure to hit that sub button, and let's jump right into it. First, let's run through the item nerfs. There are 3 that we can expect to see next patch. Essence Reaver, Lord Dominic's Regards, and Everfrost are getting some changes as they've been too strong. The only one that really surprises me is Essence Reaver, which is a rather niche item that not many champions utilize. However, the combination of crit chance, damage, and a Spellblade passive can definitely push bursty champions that can use it over the top. Lord Dominic's Regard has been an item that many players are building a little bit too often. With AD mid laners becoming more and more popular, it's even become a powerful second or third item for champions like Zed. This would imply that the item is a little bit too strong, as it's intended to help AD champions cut through immense amounts of armor in the late game. The fact that it's even optimal before the later parts of the game means that it might be a little bit too good. Finally, Everfrost did receive some buffs after it didn't see much use early on in the season. A ton of champions have been building it, and now that more players are using it, most of us have come to understand that it is indeed a very good item. By the way guys, I want you to know that we're offering 20% off subscriptions on ProGuides. Just use the code RANKUP2021 and you'll have access to all our courses and content. Next, we'll be talking about the item buffs. We can expect to see buffs for Serelda's Grudge and Trinity Force. Serelda's receiving a buff comes as no surprise since we know that Lord Dominic's is getting nerfed. If players are universally leaning towards an item that's intended to be used for marksmen, I'm inclined to believe that Serelda's is simply a little bit underwhelming. I'm not sure what buff to expect, but a price reduction couldn't hurt. The item is a bit pricey for what it provides and is gold inefficient from the stats alone. It's only worth it if you heavily value its passive or if your enemies have a ton of armor. Trinity Force is also set to receive buffs. This will likely stir up the top lane meta heavily. We've already seen the tank items Core Drinker and Strikebreaker get nerfed. Attack speed based fighters are probably going to pop off with any buff the item receives. Finally, we can expect one item to receive an adjustment. Turbo Chem Tank will receive changes next patch, taking power away from its movement speed active, but providing more power elsewhere. Now, here's our question of the day. What champion or champions do you think will be OP next patch? With the buffs to Trinity Force alongside the nerfs and mythic items, my guess is that Jax and Irelia are going to be very strong. Let me know your answers in the comments down below. With the systems out of the way, let's talk about champions receiving nerfs. The following champions are set to receive nerfs: Udyr, Hecarim, Ivern, Rell, Thresh, Alistar, Kai'Sa, and Tristana. Udyr and Hecarim nerfs are also well merited. I'd expect to see their damage reduced a bit, but most importantly, the changes to Turbo Chem Tank will likely address their dominance. Ivern isn't a jungler we expected to see nerfed again, but apparently the bug fixes to Daisy made him much stronger than intended. Thresh nerf. It's a world of difference when I'm comparing Threshes on my team against Threshes on the enemy team. Regardless, he's been arguably one of the strongest, if not the strongest support for several patches now. Although he's a little bit on the weaker side in low elo, Thresh has been a pick or ban for a good amount of Season 11. The past few patches have come pretty dry for the bottom lane, so it's pretty nice to see so many of them coming up. Kai'Sa has been a problem for quite a while now since she's consistently been the most popular marksman. Tristana has been recently rising up as a power pick, and Riot is cutting her parade short. Alistar and Rell have also been solid support picks. Both of these champions thread the line of OP. Not everyone thinks they are, but definitely a solid argument for it because they can provide so much. Alistar has been especially popular in Korea because of his incredible turret diving and lockdown. Finally, we got some exciting buffs coming up as well. The following champions are getting buffed: Kindred, Yorick, Braum, Yasuo, Mordekaiser, Lissandra, Ashe, Varus, and most importantly, Amumu. The poor guy has been crying for buffs, and he finally got them. In Kindred's case, aside from the extremely dedicated mains, players haven't been able to find success on her. Some buffs should make the entire player base take advantage of her. I've also been seeing you guys comment about the need for Yorick buffs on some of our videos. Well, guess what? They're coming next patch. Yasuo definitely ended up much weaker this patch after the changes to Immortal Shield Bow. A small buff next patch should pick him back up. Though, do we really want a Yasuo buff? I don't know. Mordekaiser is also receiving a buff. Statistically, he's been doing actually okay, but I believe this is implemented because he feels a little bit weak in high elo right now. There are a ton of meta champions who can either outscale or outplay him, making him feel a little bit underwhelming as a juggernaut. Lissandra hasn't been a very popular pick, and with her receiving a buff, while it's nice to see her a bit more, I'm a little bit scared to be honest. I want to play a game, and it's pretty hard when she's constantly locking me down with crowd control and point-and-click CC. More bottom lane changes are coming next patch as well. Ashe and Varus are receiving buffs, meaning that there's a good chance that utility marksman will be in the meta very soon. Varus has been underperforming for nearly a year or so now, so yeah, he's getting another buff. That will conclude our patch preview for next patch. Remember to let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to the most. Also, a quick reminder that you can join our Discord with the link in the description. I'll catch you guys all in the next video, and until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a wonderful day. Peace.